all the other teams, not even reaching 1,000 marker.
So it is DRS. I was just gonna say like 14 points is good enough for them. That's my question to you guys. It's DRS. I want to see them win the game.
But hey, obviously, Paul has spoken. Today, the team is going to be just experimenting as we go along.
I'll tell you.
Maybe a different showcase from them side.
Vixus was doing analysis from this desk and he cursed it. He cursed it. Vixus, you cursed this desk.
Well, with that, let's move on to the storyboard and find out how the story is looking on the overall standing, where indeed the difference that these teams are creating in terms of the points is certainly going to be leading in favor of Stalwart as they get all the way up to the 3-digit marker, 120 points.
Wow. He did become the first team to reach 50 placement point marker for themselves, but then there's Salvador right now, just a jump, and they are 62 points and 58 kills. It's looking really good. They are checking every marker, Johnny.
I mean, this is what we keep on saying, right? Like, one game, one good game, and that's all that it's gonna help you out.
I mean, guys, they did check every marker, except the fact they could have had 2 chicken dinners back to back as well in the previous 2 games, right?
I mean, this could have been interesting because even on the previous angle, they were doing really well for themselves. Also, we did see Sudoro Esports break into the top 4 right there.
Yes.
So, quite an impressive performance, and as Blotter, you pointed out, one good game can change everything. Also, one more thing I would like to bring to attention for, I think Ocean would love to discuss this even further. We are talking about this. DRS have moved into the top 16. A1 Esports is still on the verge. T2K, they have taken a plunge, sitting on the 17th position right now. But what I want to talk
all that, we are going to be jumping on to Fanhawk. What are your anticipations, guys?
I want to see a circle around water or something like you know, obviously previous Sanhok was a really good Sanhok, but this time I don't know, I want to see something around the water area, some chaos happening around water area. I want to see one team just using boat again. You know that the way you used to talk about that Sanhok, what it's famous for.
Well, I mean, gotta say sorry to Ocean, because, well, I did not practice or preach witchcraft, so I definitely am not the one to be cursing anything at all, but all his predictions have certainly just been thrown out the window, maybe, Necro? But now, we're heading into Sanhok, right? This means business, at least for a certain team called A1 Esports, who were just, shift deleted.
That's true. A1 Esports, yeah, they instantly got taken off from the Paradise Resort, and I feel like this time, are you going to be seeing like any improvisations from their side? Because getting eliminated like that has to be one of the most like quickest eliminations that I've witnessed.
You know, Jiffy, just like this. I mean, the game started, I was inside the green room, and the fight ended. And I was like, what? Didn't we just get started right now? Why am I looking at 15 teams? But, you know, they've got to make some adaptations, man, because A1 Esports, oh my lord, how the mighty have fallen, right? There was a time when they were referred to as the BTR Slayers, the Champion Slayers. You know, they were legends by their name, and they've been at it all, right? Representing their region in the GC to, just coming down to this. I'm starting to ponder what is wrong with this squad, because nothing seems right at all.
Exactly. That's beautifully mentioned right there. That's what I was about to say. It seems like everything is wrong right there, what they're doing. It's somehow, I do understand they've been playing for a long time with each other. It just seems like the team synergy and the communication is overall lacking. But yeah, in the previous Sanhok map, it was just Rico Infinity hitting them hard and striking them down instantly in Paradise Resort. Now, what I'm really eyeing out for is, are they going to be dropping inside Paradise Resort again? And if you talk about DRS, we were having this conversation about DRS in the previous game, and they have made it in the top 16 fixes. They're in
the position. Yeah, I mean, they certainly have, but then again, I would be expecting them to be doing a little more, because had Nima not been caught up there, this could have been a completely different case. They could have had better numbers against Starward. They could have gotten better out of them over there, at least reduce the numbers, and maybe could have just gone over and won that chicken dinner. These are again possibilities, probabilities, speculations. But either ways, there you have it. Rico Infinity just dropping off it's the Paradise Resort
A1.
as a Starward Esports. I mean, they somehow hold their throne. They do drop off at boot camp, but they're going to face some slight resistance coming in from Yala. But where on earth is A1? I see them at Cow, this time going up against K7.
Oh man, K7 as well is one of those strong people you don't want to mess around with. And A1 Esports, I want to see how they're going to be standing tall against a team like K7. K7, yeah, they're all the way in 11th position in the overall rankings as well, but A1 Esports need to realize that they're right on the edge. They're on the 16th position. Each and every single move they make, each and every single second in the game is going to be counted upon them.
Oh, Pandar. He's already been spotted and action just one bullet shy, doing some hefty amount of damage as he's gonna push in. And Starward, they are pushing in from every possible direction, and it's gonna be Scurry getting that knock, and they're just gonna get the kill secured for themselves. And Starward, they do mark their territory.
They definitely do, but what are we seeing over here? It's A1 Esports marching against K7. One player from the side of K7 is kind of separated out, but he does have an off angle created for himself. Wanu, he's looking to find anyone in the open. Dante, utilizing his utilities just to make sure that he's clearing out some common angles. And nothing found from that frag grenade. But still, they're quite unaware of Wanu's position. If they decide to move forward a little bit more, Vanu might just strike in hard.
Oh, he certainly will. But right now, what we're witnessing is just that calm before the storm. As Wanu, I do feel his heartbeat just thumping a little bit louder by every single passing second, as he knows A1 Esports, 4 players are trying to search for him. But you know, the biggest problem with A1 Esports, look at how clumsy they are right now. They've not got that spread. They do not have enough angle secured. They're trying to move in as a one net unit and, you know, just try to isolate one player and then just go after that. You know, Wanu, considering how he's been moving, is definitely given away his footsteps. Well, A1 Esports, they have a slight idea as to where he is. They're just not making the move because certainly unaware of his teammates.
Exactly. Again, A1 Esports, they just don't hear any sound cues. They just don't hear any info. How are they supposed to march in forward more? But if you talk about info, this is where bullets are being traded, and instead, I8, they're gonna be the one to get a little bit of casualty on their side. One man being knocked off. Finally, some blood being drawn in these early stages of Sanhok, and this is what we like to see. This is what Sanhok is known for, and keep this in mind. This is the final game of day 2, Fixes.
Oh, it certainly is. And finally, I mean, we're witnessing a few movements being made over here. You know, for some Molotovs being tossed, and Zevi, he's joining the fray. Wanu is no more alone. He's got the support from his teammate, as I do see on the minimap, as K7, they're going and creating a good flank angle as Blade just dies down. I mean, the teammates just could not come in handy to help him out. But Dante, well, we've got to see as to how he's going to make those movements over here, because by all means, you know, A1 Esports, they are as steady as a rock right now. And if this sort of goes on, I'm starting to speculate where are they looking at objectively after, let's say, 5 more minutes.
You also need to understand this is the early stage of the game. That means a lot of people are lacking a lot of gear, including those helmets. That means one headshot, and that's going to be it for them if they have an AR. But over here, Vanu now on the aggressive page, but still they are thinking twice before pushing inside. It's quite understandable. You don't just want to step inside the dark. You want to at least have a little bit of info on how teams are positioned, on what kind of crossfire the enemy lines have. And A1 Esports, I mean, yeah, they're doing a great job just making sure that they're being the silent ones. They're not really giving out a lot of info. But again, as you mentioned, but this also means even a little bit of info being leaked, that's going to be resulting into a knock, and this is exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a queue where they go in to push, right? 6-9 already are being wiped out. Now, A1 Esports, their numbers are starting to dwindle a little bit as Dante's just holding on to it. Says, and well, S12K is the perfect weapon to be yielding at this point right now. But Jax, he goes falling down as Dante does manage to get one, but instantly gets raided right after as Shashin goes in for the kill. And there you have it, 3 kills for this man. And well, the experience does certainly speak up for him. And from the moment K7 just charged in, I knew A1 Esports were done. They completely surrounded them and they started lobbing grenades. What else do you expect? As I8, they're right out of the open on the players of Triple Liquor over there. And Refuse taking a bit of damage, but will get himself into safety. That little bit of a watch post that we have.
I8 still taking a lot of shots onto themselves. iCur doing a good job making sure I8 is staying on the bay, keeping them on the bay. I8, even they are quite, seems like dismantled, at least for now. Losing out on man like Blade. Yesterday, he was doing quite a great job. And today, in the final game, you do not want to lose out on a man like Blade.
Of course, I do agree with you. Blade, coming into the squad, and the punch is definitely visible. But look at Wizards with Vibes. Are they aware of Action's position? They certainly are, considering the grenades being lobbed out, but they're not really following it up. That sort of raises a lot of questions. Are they really, really aware of Action's presence over there? Malik did toss a few grenades, but not in the right direction. And Wizards with Vibes not playing with fire, just deciding to back off. Now, this is where it really starts getting interesting, right? Top is well aware of their presence. He's just waiting for the right opportunistic moment to strike, which possibly could be just now. And there you go. But misses.
Oh, only a few bullets land. Reaper quite lucky to stay alive in that situation. Top, though, missing his opportunity. Reaper's going to be blessed with a little bit of luck on his side. Stalwart Esports, but it's fine. They have let their presence known. Wizard Vibes now, they're going to be on a little bit of panic stage. On the other hand, Stalwart Esports, if you talk about their morale, they're going to be on all-time high. They're dominating this game. They're on the #1 position in the overall rankings. Action is the man who's not going to be missing any kind of opportunities like those. He hits those shots. He finds that opening on the Wizard Vibes. Is this going to be the early stage of the game where Wizard Vibes crumble down fixes?
Well,
new record.
For the first time, I'm witnessing Wizards with Vibes, trying to close in onto its center, because they always have that plan B, right? The contingency plan, have enough first aids for that heal battle, abuse the meta. That is what they've been doing all along. But right now, they find themselves just to be in a little bit of trouble. As Stalwart, they're gonna get themselves into safe haven. They've got a compound to play around with. As Pika does know that there's a smoke, and Rules is right behind it. But is he going to take his chances, right? Because at this point, I do not really feel that Starwood would be committing in. Because I think we did have this discussion, right? They know where the limits are, right? They do not, just blindfolded rush inside the compound trying to eliminate every single soul that they see. But, Rules apparently has been knocked out from elsewhere, and it's going to be the boys from Team Yala doing the magic.
Oh man, a 3-man squad coming in the game now, left with just 2 players and still putting in a lot of work. Yeah. And guess what? The kill has been stolen, Fixes. Oh no, the thieves from the back. It's going to be Stalwart Esports this time. Action is the man who's hungry for kills, and we do know what he's capable of. Powerful. With that UMP in the close range, we know it can be quite devastating. But also, on the other hand, Delta has it's out an 8 now. But he decides, okay, maybe holding on to it for a little bit more can be a wiser choice, can be a wiser option. And, well, that was one of those. Powerful now, being knocked off. But guess what? The trade's right there.
And look where the trade came from, Nick.
Oh, my God.
This is what Star would love to do, right? They know they've got their enemies pinned down, but we've got another fight breaking down between Nasser and Team Vibes. As Jiggle from up top, he's getting the better out of Bateka as he's managed to secure a knock, and Miracle making a run for his life. He does not want to be a part of this. And Team Vibes again, off to an explosive start. But the question still remains, where do they go from around here?
Fixes, you missed one of the most biggest disrespects out there, man. Yalla just finished the knock guy with a pin. And just salt on the wounds, man. Even though they didn't really knock him out, it was Stalwart Esports who third partied it. And Delta was being finished with a pin from the side of Yalla.
Necro, I'm so sorry to cut you off. But this has been poking me right from the very start. What on earth is wrong with Fidan? Look at his position. He's away from his back. Why?
I don't know. Maybe he's just having a good time. I mean, yeah, he's a man who's on absolute kind of killing spree. We gotta say that. Fidan, he has been delivering so well inside the games. And as we talk about confidence, he definitely has one of those. But now, another fight panning out is going to be Vibes versus Fate. Killer down quite low. Fate, on the other hand, looking quite healthy and looking to take down Vibes. Well, Vibes, Probeen is the man in the close lines. Assassin and Killer, they're in the back to provide that backup fire. Probeen, nades being exchanged, nothing really connecting, but still Probeen can be a massive threat, but instead Probeen now moves out in the open, deciding to back off, and I do like what he's trying to do, reuniting with the team, and he has figured out the algorithm of these games.
Oh, he certainly has. And I've been loving what Fate have been doing, right? Yesterday, after starting off really well, they were looking a little bit in those deep waters, right? Right now, they're starting to redeem themselves. They're looking a lot more confident. And I know how deadly these boys are. RV, Ragnarok, Leth, once they start steamrolling, there's no stopping them. And right now, maybe they just had too much on their plates because they indeed have got knocked down. But same goes with Team Vibes, with Assassin and Probeen, just the last two players. This is perfect cue for Team Fate to go in for the kill.
Exactly, and now, as Vibes on a man disadvantage, Fate, they're smelling blood. They hear that blood dripping out from Killer's body, and they want it. They want more blood, but Vibes, they do realize that they're not really going to be handing over that opportunity to Fate. Instead, Vibes backing off. They're like, all right, Killer, if you make it out alive, if you crawl out alive from that situation, we will try and get back the res up on you. If you won't, we're sorry, mate. You're just a gone case.
Oh, certainly. Killer, however, he's trying, desperately, just bleeding, crawling towards Probeen, just screaming, yelling for help. But will he get that? That's this big question. And there you go. He's just finished off. But Leth, he's just wandering around with his beautiful, beautiful vehicle. And Probeen, he's got that arm. He's ready for the fight. He's starting to feel it. Any single moment, he's going to face off against Leth, who apparently has decided to shift on towards the grenade. Now, he's heard that grenade. He knows the push is coming on towards him. He goes in for a spray, goes in for the switch. Not enough, as Leth makes no mistake taking him down, as Assassin does reveal his position. But look at Venom making the push from the eastern side. But that's not going to be it, as Leth will just put him 6 feet under, as we do have that circle forming up. And DRS, voila, sitting man in the center.
Oh, Vibes knocked off. Now it's time for Rico Infinity to get knocked out as well. Is that going to be happening, though? One man falling down. Same thing goes with iCurd. Well, Esrani's right next to him, but he's taking a lot of damage as well. And while he falls down, Rico Infinity doing a great job on capitalizing on it. And Fidan is the man who was a little separated out. And guess what? This is the entire game plan behind it. But if he gets caught off guard by the man behind him as well, then this can be things can be changing a little bit. It's DRS right behind him. He does realize they are right behind him, but his position has been revealed. So he needs to do something about it. If he's not really able to do so, if he's not able to keep his position anonymous, DRS is going to be capitalizing on him.
Oh, well, they certainly are. But right now, Honest, he's bleeding. Prestige, however, comes in handy. Gets the res on his comrade as triple card. I loved what they did yesterday in that game of a wrangle against Stalwart. They were looking really confident until one of their players just off Stalwart, of course, wiped the exit top, if I'm not wrong. But Prestige, just gets bombarded by Ali as Fidan well, he's gonna go in for some help over there. As honest, he's trying to lob a grenade of his own in the right direction, though. But can he get the resurrection in time? That's the big question.
The big question is, does Ali realize that he's getting rest? Oh, but finally, the final nail has been put in the coffin. That's going to be it for iCurd. Rico Infinity coming out on top in that previous fight. That means this also gives us a confirmation that the man from Rico Infinity is going to be back up on his feet. And yes, he has. Rico Infinity now with a 3-man squad. DRS right next to them. They are still going to be a threat. But I just want to see... DRS going to be able to at least get a few kills. Oh, 30 bullets of pain with the signature M416. Only were able to land a few shots, not more.
Right now, I mean, considering the position that DRS are holding on to, they've got to be really careful, right? It's perfect. They've got a compound. They've got a few rocks to play around with. They've got some solid cover. But the question still remains, is the fight that they're deciding to pick, right? This is perfect ideal situation, right? If things go down as they want and the circle shifts, it's going to go down to where DRS is. And DRS does not really have a rich past in this particular map, right? They've got to try really hard, and they've done that in the past. They've been swimming their way to victory. At least in the last map of Sanhok, I remember them getting the chicken dinner. They did pull off some shenanigans, but this game, Necro, it's still, far from over. As Seth, he's got a big target right in front of him, and this is where the Titans are clashing, right? Store managed 13 kills. Starwood with that beautiful massive 20 bomb. This has to come down to it.
Definitely has to. Safe. Swallowing a couple of bullets on himself. Was damaged quite lots the door. It seems like they are in a little bit of disadvantage because DRS have quite clear line of sight, so my bad, Stalwart Esports. So now Sidor, they do decide, okay, they do realize maybe targeting Stalwart Esports isn't really going to be that good of a choice. Maybe we should try and look around for ourselves because we're creating quite a lot of sound. This means a lot of people will be attracted towards it.
Yeah, but at the same time, finally we do witness the zone shift, and finally, I mean, T2K do have a really good position as well. But taking a look at Team Sidor, now they've got to get inside the circle. Now that's a far way to head in, and the direction that they are going in. Once we have the map freed in front of our screens, we'll have a rather clearer picture of what's really happening in front of them, because for the audience out there, they've got Starwood right in front of them, and even Starwood need to take care of the DRS. Now Starwood can just get sandwiched, and well, I think it has already begun with one of their players being taken down. I believe that's going to be Top.
Oh, unfortunate. Pika's still alive in the game, though. He has a compound for himself, but it would just take a few seconds to make sure the site's falling into disarray. Scurry backing off from that situation. Quite lucky to make it out alive from there. But again, there is a little separation, and we don't like to see that. A lot of times when teams try to separate, at least that 3-1 split, it hasn't really been working out. It's quite rare chances. And Stalwart Esports, they're quite split out from each other. Now, only time can tell if this is going to be panning out good for them or bad, because Nasser, they have a lot of influence in Stalwart Esports, and if you're in Stalwart Esports shoes, you don't really want that, because one of the man, Pika, is being pinned inside that compound. On the other half of the map, though, you see Rico Infinity as well, getting a couple of kills on their hands.
I mean, you might be really good, but you can never disregard the players of Team Nasser, right? They've always got to break up their sleeves. But right now, Venom just trying to incinerate himself as goes against the players of I8, as Reviews also falls down. But there you go, the trades are happening. And from the back lines, it's a point from DRS joining the party again as Uzum gets wiped out. Well, Arif, in the meanwhile, he's just going to get himself inside some cover just behind the rock, as Light is going to be spotting this bike, as he's got a good position for himself right now. They're just playing from the edges, waiting for the next circle just to pan out. But taking a look at action, he's going to have to be really picky with the shots that he's going to take.
He definitely will have to be really peaky, but take a look at the circle shift fixes. out in the open with no cover. TDK are the only team that are kind of looking good, including Rico Infinity, but one man from TDK has fallen down. Same thing goes with Stalwart Esports. The man Pico has been knocked out, and this is such an unfortunate news for them. But look at this, Deadeye Skies Fraxer thrown out in the open. DRS capitalizing onto it. Mafia Ninja, of course, being the man and getting that opening frag onto that guy. It's still not confirmed, though. He's just knocked out. The rest should be there. He did have the car to cover himself, at least for a while. So Deadeye Skies, they don't really have anything to worry about.
Right, I mean, DRS right now, 100% Necro. They're starting to look so confident, you know. This is where you're getting those resemblances from their past performances, right? They're looking like a well-orchestrated unit right now. But Starwood, you know, with just action surviving. This man has got 3 kills. Now I'm going to have a little bit of wager with you. Do you think he's going to get a few more?
Of course he will. He can't steal. I mean, this is what Xanos is known for, and up till now, he has done a good job keeping his identity anonymous. But if you talk about trying to kill, though, third-partying this entire side, it's going to be Fate. Taking a lot of shots. Ragnarok, though, barely alive with sliver of health, going to be patching himself back up to 70%. And now, trying to kill, trying to find another one. Oh, Ragnarok again is down low. What's going on? So much damage being chipped onto Ragnarok. He needs to stop exposing his body, but at the same time, he doesn't really have a lot of choices left in the position that he has, and TDK doing a good job capitalizing onto it. They realize, and well, they're just rubbing that salt on their wounds, and Fate now finally do realize that they need to get a safe rotation inside. But guess what? Nickla Galaxy being eliminated on 8th position, that's a huge knockout.
Oh, that certainly is. But look at Team Fate. They've already racked up 9 kills, and they still have 3 players alive, and they possibly have chances to get even more, as I believe CB has fallen down from the play zone, and Led makes no mistake in securing that kill, increasing the numbers to double digits now. We're talking about the tens, baby, as Team Fate. Look at Led. He's starting to shine right now with 5 kills already in the bag. But taking a look at how the circular shifted, but nobody is inside of it.
Well, circle shifting out in the no man's land. DRS right on the edge, including a couple teams, but DRS looking quite confident inside this one. Rico Infinity, they have a little bit of compound for themselves. They're trying to make it work. Turulov is the man who has knocked off right outside that one. There's no way Deadeye's guys are going to be able to save Turulov because the final man is right outside the zone. Even to make it inside, it's going to be so tough. But guess what? He has 17 first aids on his name with 16 bandages. That means on top, hey, surprise fixes. It's something we've never seen before. It's going to be healing battle.
Yeah, exactly. And in Sandhawk,
Oh my God,
that's preposterous. Yeah, a completely rare sight. And even Deadeye's on top of that. I mean, they've been doing it for the first time. Wow, I'm surprised. But, you know, getting back into reality where DRS are still surviving over here, Dima and Ragnarok just a rock apart from each other, as Gyalzin will be lobbing that smoke grenade just to get that revive onto its Mafia Ninja, as Ragnarok has finally met his maker, and it's going to be Legend who gets the kill over there. But again, all these teams, they have to make a move inside the circle. In the meanwhile, on top, just chilling.
Oh, DRS going full ham in the final zones. Easy there, soldiers. I do understand you're feeling yourself and you want to make your mark. No, this is why I was saying take it easy, because you're exposing yourself a little bit too much. And while the man of Rico Infinity finds the right moment to strike, and he's going to deliver. 2 men knocked right in front of him. 2 points can be confirmed over here, but still is not trying to expose himself. He does realize if he exposes, he can't be shut down instantly, but no, kills being stolen away. And Fate are going to be doing a good job with that. It's going to be Leif.
Yeah, I mean, typical Sandhawk in it, considering the way, you know, of course, you know, Anas is definitely not going to be happy about it, but he's going to live with it, as Led does increase his tally to 7 kills right now. And Anas, his position had purely been compromised, and Nima was in no contention of providing that cover fire, as Led falls down. So does Fate, but they go down all high and mighty, as Nima. All right. He's also opting for that first aid battle.
Another one. But all right, now TDK. Inside the zone, looking pretty strong. Half the man advantage against 3 point Infinity, the final man. Alive, though, but the difference is they try to push out in the open. Nothing need. locked in his location, down quite low. Legend making that push happen out in the open. He's bobbing and weaving, making sure even if he does peek out, he's going to be missing quite a lot of shots. But the final man reveals his position. And Vol TDK strike in at the right time they needed to on the final. On the second day, actually, on the final game, getting that chicken dinner. Oh, man, you talk about capitalizing on opportunities. TDK, they have the mastery in that.
A much needed one, this is a sigh of relief. Now, they did manage to get a chicken dinner, which sort of propelled themselves rather to the 13th position. Now they're gonna have a really good hearty sleep as Train to Kill, they're finally back in action, considering if we take a look at how the PMPL league stages were, they definitely were one of the teams that were absolutely dominating. But then we sort of witnessed a downfall which was continuing, and